Welcome back. You're with Central News and I'm Janine Forlong. Well, following the horrific bus and truck accident in the Eastern Bay of Plenty a few weeks ago, it is very timely to bring up the issues of just how fast vehicles are supposed to go past a stop school bus and warning signs so that other drivers know the speed limit. Sue Saunders joins us now to tell us more. Welcome to the show, Sue.
Thank you.
So the Transport Minister, Stephen Joyce, has obviously put through some changes. Can you tell us what those are?
Yes, well, we'd like to see it mandatory that we all have school bus signs, flashing signs on the school buses wherever they are, not just a guess that you can do it or you can't, but mandatory that they're there. And now the new 20-second rule, which is if the flashing lights are working and you can see them, within 20 seconds before getting to the school bus you will start to slow down, and 20 seconds after you've passed the school bus you will still be slowed down to 20 k's.
Is 20 seconds going to be enough?
Let's hope so, because you see the flashing lights, and as we drive down the road now, you see a flashing light, you automatically start to slow down. So if we've got flashing lights on the school buses, then hopefully people will realise, gosh, we've got to start to slow down, because many of our buses out there have no lights, so people have gone past them before they even realise it's a school bus.
Are parents really concerned about the safety of their children around the school buses?
Yes, parents are really concerned because the school bus is one of the safest ways to transport children to and from school. However, just in the last 30 years, we've lost one child a year due to a school bus accident, whether they've got off the school bus and gone behind the bus or in front of the bus to cross the road. And only 3 weeks before that last accident, our little boy was hit by a speeding car on that very same road. He was only a 5-year-old and ended up with a broken leg. So, yeah.
Are drivers aware of the new rules?
I don't think they all are, no. Some are and some aren't, and that's why we'd like to see the flashing lights out there so that people can see them. They know it is a school bus that's up ahead or a school, and they're going to start to ease off the brakes, ease off the pedal and come back a bit.
How do you think this will compare or be as important as what we have in the cities, which is a 40k? And who knows whether everybody really slows down in the cities as well. How's this going to compare, do you think?
I think if we can get it mandatory that it must work, that we must have the flashing lights, and in a bus that has a flashing lights, then we can get it mandatory that the 20-second rule applies if the bus already has 20 seconds sign in the back window with the 20 k's flashing. So I think if in America they have the same kind of system, except they have bright yellow buses. We don't. We have many coloured buses, and our buses are used for other things as well.
So we're often looking at them thinking, what's that?
Is it a school bus or isn't? If we've got flashing lights, definitely it's a school bus, and it's giving them plenty of warning to slow down so that they can be on top of it and realise that it's a school bus they're coming up to, not just a bus that's out on the road.
What response have you had from the drivers of these school buses?
The school bus drivers themselves tell us that the everyday Joe Blog public is totally unaware of it or don't want to be aware of what is happening. And I think also that we stop on many places where we have no pavements, we have no pull-off areas, so the children are just off the bus. And I think also we need to educate our parents that you really need to stop on the same side as the bus, in front of the bus or behind the bus, but on the same side of the road, because many children get hit just diving across, oh, mum, dad, straight across the road. So yeah, we must make them all aware of what we're trying to do.
And what about for the rural residents and parents of these children? What response have they given and how are they involved?
They're right behind in what we're doing. They've been to we've put on many displays in libraries at the field days. We've worked with the police and things like that. And many parents have come on board and wanted to be right there and sent up petitions and things like that so that we can show what's going on.
So how long is it going to be before we get these flashing lights on the buses?
Well, just currently you've had a trial set up here in Matamata back in March, and we're now waiting for the New Zealand Transport Agency to receive the findings of that and process them and put them out. But in receiving the 20 Ks, we really would like to see it mandatory that all school buses have to have flashing lights, not just it's your choice whether you put them on or whether you don't. And if we can get them all, that they all have to, then we'll start saving more children's lives.
There's a cost for everything that we do. How much is this going to cost and who's going to pay for it?
Okay, we have about 1,700 school bus routes in New Zealand, and we have 2,500 school buses working as school buses through a day. Now, for every school bus that has the flashing signs, it's about $1,000. That's to have them at the front and the back. That equates to about $2.5 million. Now, the New Zealand Transport Department have said that a life is worth $3.5 million. So there's a saving already. And the Road Safety Organisation already has over $10 million sitting in its pocket that they collect from the first-time personalised plates. So surely we can make some noise there.
We're saving money in the future by
Yeah.
doing some preventative work now. I really like hearing that. How has Rural Women New Zealand gotten involved in this?
Well, we've been involved in the last 5 years because we've had many members throughout the country have written and said, well, my grandson was hit or my granddaughter was hit, whatever. And we've just worked down the line, and now we're into anywhere we can publicise it, we do. We've got members out there everywhere that are lobbying whoever will listen.
Fantastic. Well, it's a good thing to lobby, and
Yes.
all the best.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. So thank you so much, Sue,
Thank
for coming
you.
on the show. So we will need to make sure that we take note of the speed limit when we're passing a stopped bus and give ourselves a little bit more time before and after. After the break, Pyro is getting set for the Antique Festival.